All right, guys, it's Stephen Thompson here, going live, and we're just talking about 7 ways to help your child make friends. I'll wait a couple of seconds just see if anyone wants to come online, about 30 seconds, and then I'll crack on with it. If I can get rid of a couple of these timers, everything there. Yeah, so 7 ways to help your child make friends. And you know, it's an important subject, right? Is how to make friends at school and different things. Of course, I run my martial arts school, and we do talk about the children. We do talk about this in class. Not 7 ways to make friends, but you know, different ways to make friends, because it's so important. And it's not just, I think, a child thing. Of course, it's we all want these things, right? We all want friends. We all want to try to get on with people and stuff like that. So there's some fundamental things that can really help with that. So I'll kick off now. So first of all, there's a couple of books that I would definitely try to promote, to say read these books. Very important for this topic, and if you've got kids, a must read really. But just as in just for yourself anyway. It's these kind of things we go over in the school anyway. You know, I'm a martial arts school sort of thing. But of course, the books can be read anywhere, right? So they're real good ones to actually get. So what are they? The first one, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Oh my God, look how old this book is, 1936. Why am I saying read a book that is so old? I don't think at all some old-fashioned things is a bad thing, right? Old-fashioned values and stuff like that. And in here it says that, like, How to Win Friends, Influence People is such a great read. And anyone that has done any well in the business world of things, of course, this is one of the must-read books they're going to read. But it's just a must-read book anyway. You know, it's how to get on with people, how to do certain things. So that's one of the things I would definitely say to read, which is really cool with that. Can kids sell? It's like saying, oh, is that book going to teach us how to sell? Well, I'm not interested in selling. I just want my child to have friends. Children are the best sellers, right? I got to hear mum says you can't have an ice cream, and you know, 5 minutes later, whatever, who's got an ice cream? The child. So they're great sellers all the time. But we're selling ourselves all the time, aren't we? I'm a married man. I have to sell myself to my wife. My wife had to sell herself to me. In every walk of life, we're doing it all the time. So we don't look at ourselves as that. But children, most definitely at school, they have to sell themselves a little bit. If a person wants to be their friend, people are going to realize, oh, this is a nice kid to be around. So that book is it's a great book anyway, but for definitely this subject, it's definitely worth a read there. Okay, where am I going here? So the next book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. Now, it says teens, but the main book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which is more like an adult book, but there's a teen version. There's also a kids version as well, which is really worth reading, okay? So on here, the main thing, it says The 7 Habits. The habit which is really going to go over what we're talking about here is habit number 5, which is seek first to understand, then to be understood. So it's all about thinking, listen first. I'm sure, like, our parents told us that when we were kids, right? Listen first and speak after. We tend to forget this, but a great lesson for kids to learn anyway, to go through it. The whole book is a great read anyway. So if you can get all that one, I would definitely recommend that book to read. Okay. So, kids love confident kids. By the way, I've got an ebook which you can get at the end of this. Just drop yes in the comments, and I will fire an ebook off to you about being confident, because one of the main ingredients is that confidence. For nobody wants to hang around with an unconfident child, right? So one of the key things to having friends is to be confident. I went through on a previous post about different ways to be confident, but you know, drop me a line or whatever else, and I will fire that ebook off to you about that. So confidence is the main thing. Try to get your children more confident. Well, how do you do that? Of course, well, I run a martial arts program. We've got dance schools. We've got drama schools. We got being part of a rugby club, a football club, all these different things, right? They allow our children to get more confident in their surroundings, sort of thing, like, you know. Obviously, in my martial arts club, we spend a lot of time on that kind of thing. So, yeah, if your child is unconfident, well, the first thing to do is see a way of actually seeing how we can get them more confident. Like I say, kids love confident kids. We've got to make sure that's what's happening. Number 1, practice smiling. what are we going to do? Sit there with our child and go like this, right? Again, nobody likes a child that is miserable, right? If a child is miserable, who wants to be their friend? So sometimes we have people come into school and stuff like that, and the child is sat there. Obviously, it's a bit daunting. They're in a martial arts school, right? But they're sat there very, very shy. And the parent is saying, that they are very unconfident. This is one of the things they are. We want to try to get them out themselves a bit. Whereas if they could just change their mouth around a little bit and smile a little bit more, it engages more people in straight away. So number one is practice smiling. Compliment. What? Compliment yourself? No, compliment other people. So saying to other people or to the other children, oh, you look great today. Those shoes are really nice. Those trainers are really nice, whatever it is. It's complimenting the other person. Instead of saying to a person, oh, look at me. Look how great I am. Look how great my hairstyle is. Look how great my watch is. Look how great my trainers are. It's looking for the person that maybe they want to be friend. Look for something. They're going to try to look for something that's great in that child to come up there. Oh, those trainers are really smart. Where'd you get them from? Of course, what I should have said before, it's like so many different. We got 2-year-old children, 3-year-old children. Will this work with all age groups? Well, of course not. I'm talking about generally the older ones, like junior school, senior school, that kind of age group, right? Confidence, of course, is right throughout the whole spectrum of children. But this is more aimed at like junior school, senior school, that kind of kids. So yeah, getting them to compliment other children is very, very important. And empathic listening. What do I mean by empathic? It's sometimes we listen just to answer, or we don't even listen to answer. We just answer. We just think, oh, I want to say this about whatever we're talking about, and I've got something going on in my head, and that's what I want to talk about. Whereas if we try to listen to people a little bit more, it's called empathic listening. It so helps a person understand more. And then it's not thinking, oh, I'm trying to listen to put my perspective across or to say something to this person. It's just listening. Oh, that makes sense. It's really opening the ears, or a child really listening to the other child speaking so they can really understand what they're saying. Because a lot of times this don't happen, especially with children, groups, stuff like that. Nobody's really listening. They're all trying to get their point across. Whereas if your child is the one that is known as this child is known as the one that listens to the other children in the group, or, oh, this person listens to what I want to say. People like to talk. So people like people that are listeners, sort of thing. So one of the things to do is try to get your child to become a listener. And ask questions about what they say. So number 4, ask questions about what they say. Don't just say, that kind of thing. It's asking questions about what that child just said. Okay, or maybe the child said, oh, I'm going to football tonight. Oh, you're going to football tonight? Oh, where is that? What position do you play? All these different things they can ask about them, not so much what they're concerned about, what they're doing, maybe what position I play or whatever else. It's putting the emphasis back on them, asking them questions. Because, like I say, people like to talk. So that's number 4. Ask questions about what they actually say. And of course, people love their name. So we got to make sure that when I'm trying to get rid of something here, you got to make sure the child use their name as much as they can, because everybody, us adults and children, like the sound of their name. Well, my name's Stephen. I like my name being said. If the name's Peter, the child try to get used to, or son or daughter try to get used to saying the person's name more often, not just saying or whatever else. Say, oh, Peter, that's a great idea, or Susan, that's cool, that's whatever it is. Get them used to saying the name more, and it creates a little bit of a link, and that's what we're trying to do. Create more and more links that eventually there's a friendship that is formed. Be interested in what they do. I think I said this a little while ago. If they're footballers, I may have no interest at all with football or rugby or cricket or netball or whatever it is. But it's not that I'm lying. It's not that I'm being false. It's just I'm interested in what you like. What do you like? You like netball? Okay, well, why do you like netball? What is great about netball? Just because I don't like it, there must be something great about it, because this person likes it. So I'm genuinely interested in what they're saying, and that's really cool, because it enables a person again to talk and tell you what it is, and then you're using that listening, trying to say, oh, okay, and who knows? Maybe they might like to do it one day. Whatever it would. But that's not really the outcome. The outcome is just of course, befriend this person and make sure they understand, what, I'm interested in you. Is it like force? No, it's not force. It's because this is what friendships are. You're interested in what your friend or the person is actually doing, which is like a key ingredient to it, right? Okay, and number 7, Never ever talk about a friend negatively, and sometimes this happens all the time. You know, especially with children, their little cliquey groups where sometimes a person talks, oh, they're so friendly, and then the one person walks away. Then the one say, oh, the one child would say to the other child, oh, I don't like them, or whatever. Oh, what they said there, that was stupid, wasn't it? Well, what they've just done is undermined themselves to that other person, let alone what they've done to the other person that's walked away, because of course they could hear all that gets back to them. But forget about all that negativity. It's just actually sharing it with that person is what I'm talking about, which is so bad, because now that person, that they're gonna think, well, I can't trust you because next week we might have a little fallout or whatever it would be, and are you going to talk about me behind my back? Do children do this? Well, of course they do, but do we want our children to do it? If they want to be known in that group as a person that is a trustworthy person, well, that's a great skill to learn, I think, for them to actually get that. And of course, ongoing, you know, for the rest of their life, that's a great life skill to actually learn, right? So making sure they never talk behind a person's back. Okay, so that's basically it. A little wrap up there. So if you do want this little ebook that I put together about confidence, because I said in the beginning of this, confidence is a massive part of it. You know, a person got to be confident to be able to do these skills. Does confidence come straight away? No, it's a little bit of fake first, right? It's not something that all of a sudden I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to be confident. But the book will definitely help. So if you're interested in getting the book, just leave a little comment, say yes, you do, or whatever else in the comments there, and I'll make sure to fire that across to you, no problem whatsoever. Okay, so tomorrow at 11 o'clock, I'm going to do 2 self-defense techniques that every child should know. And you'll be surprised what they actually are. It's making sure that your child knows these techniques because they are important. You know, it's making sure that, you know, this world we live in today, we want to make sure they have protection. When I show people around the academy, that's right, I show someone around tonight and they sign up their daughter, and one of the things that their parent actually wanted was self-protection. I got a little image which I used with a girl with a seatbelt on. And why do we put the seatbelt on the car? Because for safety, right? So just in case we have a crash, but the intention is definitely not to go out and have a crash. And sometimes people think, oh, self-defense is like that, turns people into bullies and stuff like that. Whereas to me, self-defense is like that. It's like the seatbelt in the car. It's just making sure that I don't want to go and fight. Of course I don't want to go and fight. But you know what? I want to have the skills that if that does happen, I know what to do. And knowing what to do, there's many different things, what there is to do. So tomorrow I'm going to go over the 2 most important things as self-defense that every child should know, including yours, okay? So I'll look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow at 10 o'clock, or you can watch it on the replay, of course. And thank you very much for listening today. Thank you. Bye-bye now.